Your hand is good now.
Everything is good. It's ready. It's ready for another shot.
Did you keep the table?
We won last year here. It was the beginning of everything, I would say, for our season last year. It's just before the Paris Major. And
I don't delete window on Mirage, for example, for fun.
We're back here in beautiful Brazil, a staple on the calendar, IEM Rio. The players have arrived, we have arrived. We're going to do the lobby, we're going to go speak to some of these players, and we're going to have a good time doing so.
Here I am. Hello, boys. How are we doing?
Yeah, good. How about you?
I'm very good, thank you. Snow, what about you?
Very good, bro. Yeah.
Ready?
So ready, bro.
He's always ready. He's definitely always ready. You also, yesterday, were in the gym. Yeah? You working out? You getting yourself ready?
Yes, I started to go in gym 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So you're new. I like it. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Ah, thanks, bro. I just started, you know.
Who was showing you? Who got you to go? Like, who was saying, Snow, come, let's go gym?
Ah, of course, Lux. Him are my roommate, you know. And
okay.
always he told me go to the gym and
Read some books. Okay, wow, he's really training you.
yeah, of course, bro.
Lux, why do you like the gym so much? You were also in there longer than anyone else. Like, everyone else had left, you were still there with me.
Yeah. We do some cardio. You know, they skip the cardio all the time, man.
He doesn't really need cardio, right? He just needs the muscles.
For sure. He needs to eat, you know, so he was going to the dinner, you know. Yeah, the gym is really good to the routine. I think it helped me on the CS, like, and the healthy routine, like reading and stuff. It's really cool, and I need to convince him to get this, you know.
That's good. It's like mentoring the young player into the right direction. I really like that. You said some reading as well, though. What do you like reading? What's that kind of material you would be reading? Because many people speak about health, gym, eating. No one's ever told me reading. So explain.
Like reading, I like to read some mindset stuff and like sport books, you know, and entrepreneur books as well, and this kind of stuff, financial, you know.
Did you read Mamba Mentality?
No, not yet.
Bro, you got to do that. You got to do that. That's recommended.
I saw the video, you know. I read the Michael Jordan book, but not yet the Kobe.
Do the Kobe one next, that's for sure. You together. You both. I'm going to come back to you another event. We're going to see how it's going. Big Zera?
It's not my thing.
You were not.
Not my thing. No.
I saw him later in the day, and I said, I didn't see you in the gym. I saw the rest of your team. I didn't see you. And he's like, I was watching demos. I was doing work, working hard. Yeah.
Yeah, almost all the time playing CS, watching demo and this kind of stuff. So watching football.
And also, you spend a lot of energy being a dad, so you don't need to go to the gym. I understand you.
Yeah. I tried like 2 months ago, but when we go to some tournament, we have a different routine, so it's so hard to go every day. So that's it.
It's not so easy, right? For sure. I want to talk about for you guys coming into Rio, and also look at the Brazilian kind of tier system right now. Everyone obviously talks about FURIA because of the name of the brand, but they might not be the best Brazilian team right now. Where do you guys see as like the top Brazilian teams?
It's difficult to say because in Brazil scene, I think we all have ups and downs.
Okay.
So now can be us, but tomorrow in the IEM Rio can be Imperial, can be FURIA, so we'll never know. So.
Okay, so it's not like set, right? It can change as the whole way through.
Yeah.
Is it a good sign for the whole Brazilian scene, though?
Yeah, kind of, because I think it shows that everyone have a good CS and have a good players as well. So I think we all just have to be consistent. You know, is the word.
How did practice look for you guys? Because I know before we spoke about you going to Europe and getting some more practice there, but obviously this event is here in Brazil. So did you just stay here? Did you practice here all the time?
Yeah. We were actually just playing a lot of tournaments here, not a good time to practice, and that's it. Actually, I think just playing a lot of tournaments because here in Brazil our schedule is so full.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay. So a lot of tournaments, you've definitely had the official practice. How good do you think the team is in shape-wise to do well here?
I think the thing here playing Rio especially is the mentality. So I think if you have a good mentality here, of course gonna be advantage for us. So we just have to like keep calm all the time, and we have to know that this kind of pressure is good for us, and we have to like filter the pressure and keep the good things about it.
I like it. Now for you, Snow, first big Brazilian event though, right? Does it feel different to you than other events?
Yes, of course. It's our home, and it's a dream play in front of our crowd, and the Brazilian fans. Como é que fala gritar? Scream our names, scream good things for us, and that's so, and this give so hype to me, and it's a dream.
And you're already hype enough, so that's giving you more hype. That's going to be real crazy. And QZ, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, and you?
You're always doing great. You're always smiling as well. For you coming into this event, where do you see your expectations as a team? Like, where do you feel like is the minimum you guys need to go?
I think it's like Bigo said, we don't have high expectations because we know we have to play our best and not pressure ourselves a lot to play well, to be those things because we don't have any obligations. So I think right now our mindset is good, our expectations are good, and as No said, we are in front of a home crowd, so we will try to do our best.
What do you think about the other teams that you've got to go up against here, though, right? Because it's pretty stacked for Rio.
Yeah, I mean, we got a tough group, I have to say. But I think in this kind of tournaments, as I said for you in Cologne, all the teams are good, so we cannot be expecting to face anyone weaker than us because the level here is so high, so I think it's that.
What do you think is the biggest thing you guys as a team have improved on coming into Rio that can make the difference here for you?
I think right now we are evolving and adjusting micro problems that we have inside the game, so things that we were making mistakes on, we are not making mistakes anymore and try to fix that. So I think right now that's the main point we're trying to achieve.
Okay. And for you, obviously Snow touched on it being like a dream to be able to play in front of this crowd. What would it be like for you?
Yeah, it's also a dream. I've played the major here in 2022 and it was absolutely amazing playing in front of the home crowd. Back then I wasn't even on a Brazilian team, so right now playing a Brazilian team in front of a Brazilian crowd is going to be amazing. So I really hope that we get there.
And what would you say is the best thing for people like the other players who are not from Brazil to do here while they're here outside of the tournament?
For sure, going to the beaches because the beaches here in Rio de Janeiro specifically are so beautiful, and trying some Brazilian food because the food here is so good.
I know the food's so good. What food would you recommend? What specific speciality dish?
Actually here, because we are near the sea, the fish is so good because the fish is fresh, so like, give it a try to the fish, and also the Brazilian barbecue is good anywhere in Brazil, so you have to try it.
That always has to be done. Well, thank you very much for your time, guys. Good luck throughout the rest of the day. We'll see you soon. Hello, Elia.
Hello, Mr. James.
How are you?
Doing great. You?
Woke up yet?
Yeah. I'm tired.
Tired.
A little bit.
Feeling good though, right? After the whole trophy lifting once again?
I mean, feelings are good, yeah, obviously. Yeah, just mentally tired of it. Physically, I mean, sorry.
Physically tired. Okay, I can understand that. Did you like this photo we just saw of you there? Is that a nice one?
Nice one, yeah.
That's what you're happy with.
I like this one more than that photo, but it's fine.
Why do you like this one more than that one?
No, this one looks better, for me at least.
Do you ever tell them, like, can you change the photo, guys? This one I'm not happy with.
This one is also good. This one, I'm more happy here, okay?
More happy here. You sure? Yeah? Okay, I like that. Now, you have been playing incredibly well. You also now lifted a trophy, and we saw you get the MVP performance at the same time. You told me before that grand final, you said, I feel it, like you felt like it was going to be different. Can you remember why you felt like it was going to be different, considering, obviously, if we statistically look at it, you were always going to be having a tough match against NAVI, but this time you looked like a completely different G2.
On the stage, it's always different. On the stage, we always feel a little bit different. I think also because of the crowd. I think crowd helps us to play better, play individually better. And obviously for me as well, when I play on the stage, I feel it's something different. Atmosphere is different, and yeah, I mean, as I said, yeah, I mean, just stage gives some extra boost or something.
How are we feeling for Rio overall as an event?
I'm just looking forward to play in playoffs, but it's very early to say, you know, always. But my goal is to make playoffs in Rio. I think crowd is very good.
In terms of that, though, right, you're already thinking ahead to playoffs. You guys have been very consistent with the playoff run, so you have more confidence now, considering you won full finals.
I mean, we have confidence, obviously, but I don't think we should focus that we might always playoffs. I mean, consistently. So we're just gonna focus obviously on every game.
Yep.
It's very basic answer and simple answer, but yeah, but. For us, it's important to focus on every game because you never. I mean, you know G2, you know.
Yeah.
We can lose against someone after we can come back and snowball. But as we did in Cologne, you remember, in group stage, we lost against MongolZ and we came back.
Lower bracket run.
Yeah, lower bracket run, and after we lost again in playoffs. But yeah.
How did you spend your time at home? Because I know you play a hell of a lot. Did you take any break? Did you go straight back into grinding? I know that NiKo said team practice didn't really happen, but for you, what did you individually do?
I went in Belgrade. I didn't go at home. I went in Belgrade in Serbia. I met my friends. I played some FaZe. Yeah, and that's it. After new update came out, I tested it, and that's it.
You like the new update?
I do like it's something different. I think movement is different. Movement is different, 100%. Shooting is different, and
Shooting's different. Explain. I didn't know because I haven't played it yet. I haven't had a chance to play. I've not been home. Yeah.
okay. So shooting is different. Like people are running out. Like I don't know how to explain it. Even faster right now or slower. I didn't even understand right now.
Okay.
Deagle, they buffed Deagle. You can shoot and run. I don't understand.
Why are we going back to that?
I don't know. It's crazy. And they changed a lot of things with graphics. So feels like if you have low graphics now, it feels like ultra or something. Like high. You have high rank graphic now. You know.
So it looks even better on a lower choices.
That's why your FPS guys is worse. But
Okay.
but I like that they do some changes, you know, and but I would like to see that they make changes not only with something like this, but like with maps, you know, like delete box, for example, on Mirage, or like delete I don't know statue or something. I don't know, like delete something or make the game. I mean, make maps a bit interesting.
Okay.
Delete I don't know window on Mirage, for example, for fun.
Delete window on Mirage. Ilya, you spend most of your time there.
Bro, wait, James, yeah. You never know how meta will go if they will do, you know? But
Okay.
if they will do it, we will make used to it, you know? We'll get used to it, I mean.
You know, I love you because you are someone who would get used to it. You know, some of the other players would be, especially maybe some of the older players, would be like, no, what is he saying? Ignore everything this guy is saying right now. I don't want to see this deleted.
No, because, you know, you want to see something new, interesting. I don't know, because I also play Dota, you know, sometimes. Actually, I don't know. I think I played Dota last time 2 months ago, but it doesn't matter. But they always change something with heroes, you know, with abilities, spells. But here they do something different, you know, and I want to see something like on maps in competitive. So, but
How?
yeah, sorry.
How good are you at Dota?
I have like 3.8k MMR. I'm not that good. I mean,
That's pretty good for considering you're also an elite pro at Counter-Strike.
no, I have 4,000 hours first of all.
Yep.
I play Dota since a long time, but I'm good at. In Dota, I'm good at clicking on spells, you know, reacting fast.
Yeah.
But I don't know any meta or something like that, so that's why I'm poor in Dota.
Who do you play?
Who do I play? I usually play mid or carry.
Okay. And favorite hero?
Favorite hero? I think Kanka on mid, and I like. Before I liked Magnus as well on hard carry, and on carry I liked. I don't know actually who on carry. I cannot tell you.
Okay. So, you want to change things in the map. You want to change some things. Would you like to see a new map come in? Like, would you like to see a new competitive change? But even before this major, maybe?
Before major? No, not before major.
See, you don't want that then. Yeah.
Okay. No, they can add some map, but it's gonna it will take a while to get like to understand how people will play it. And for example, if they will come back with train and train will be the same, then we don't have any problem. But imagine they will add cobblestone for I don't know, and they will change everything. I would like to have some new map in competitive. I would go for train. I think.
Orpa's Paradise.
Yes, over Paradise. People will be scared. People will be scared to play against Opera on this map.
Has Train ever been in the competitive pool when you were in a tier 1 team? On NAVI Junior maybe, but not Academy, yeah, but never on a pro team, right?
Never, no. Yeah, I played on Academy. I played on Ivy as second Opera. I didn't play main op, but after I changed our main Opera in Academy, I played like for a few months, I think, maybe even more, a little bit, and yeah.
We need some MongoZ highlights on G2, on Train. I think that would be awesome to see.
Jump on trains. I would jump from every train to another train and kill everyone in there.
Do some crazy no-scopes, some crazy flicks, full yellow flash moment going, have fun.
For me, it's full movement map. I mean, when it goes in clutches, I don't want to say like it will sound as not egoistic but arrogant. But when I was playing this map in Academy, when I was when I was alone in clutches, like I liked this map just because I was outplaying people with these ladders, and everything, and it was very.
Yeah, poke up and down.
Poke and down. Check if he's defusing or something, like bait him to kill your. I don't know. Like, I would be very good in clutches on this map. I think I love this map.
I think we definitely need to see MongoZ Train highlight selection on there. Any other maps you like?
Cobblestone.
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 What are your thoughts on Tuscan?
Tuscan? No, it's not competitive map.
Not competitive.
No, I think a lot of players, not players, but I mean people overrate this map.
Maybe because of the nostalgia.
Nostalgia, 100%. I mean, they can add it not in competitive, but in casual, in CS, but don't add it in competitive. It will be catastrophe.
Yeah. It will be. It definitely will be. Okay, and my final question for you. I know you played some 1.6 years ago with your brother, right? Did you ever play Train on that side? Because I could imagine you, movement style. No? Bro, go back and play it and try, because your movement, your style on that would be so fun. Especially with the bunny hopping you could hit.
In the 1.6, I didn't like this map.
Really?
Not because I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, but you like it now.
I like it now.
There we go.
I enjoy it.
You tried.
I did.
You acted like I wasn't there, but it didn't work out for you. I will always willingly run to find NiKo. I asked you this in the gym yesterday, but your hand is good now.
Everything is good. It's ready. It's ready for another shot.
Did you keep the table?
No.
Did it want like a memory?
I mean, I didn't even ask. I don't think they will give it to me, and yeah. I wish it could go with me, but no.
Well, on top of that, though, trophy came with you, though, and that's the positive right now. How good did that feel for you guys and the team overall?
Yeah, it felt very good, honestly. We had, a couple of tough losses before that, and we were really fighting, to break through, get some wins against the best teams in the world, such as NAVI and Vitality, and it felt good, even though, when you go to Blast, you don't really feel that big of a hype like you do on some other events, but I don't know, somehow the hype kind of got created during the playoffs for us, and it just felt even better lifting it in the end. So it was a very cool experience.
What happened for you guys to be able to take down NAVI, though, especially when we talk about how tough it has been against them for you guys?
I don't know, honestly. I think many times when we played them, I think it was always pretty close, If you don't count the group stage at Blast, actually, they destroyed us. But usually, we always have a close match versus them. We always win a map, and then we somehow lose. But I don't know. I mean, we just kept believing. We tried to not care about, that we lost 9 times in a row. We just tried to, I think this is the first time that we showed a lot of energy, or more energy than we usually do, and maybe we just believed more after we won Vitality and so on, and we haven't really faced them too many times in the playoffs, for example, as well, right? So it's always a different game when you play in a playoffs, especially in arena. So I don't know, I'm just glad we won in the end, and that we managed to lift the trophy.
And I've got to talk about Snacks a bit here, from your perspective. How much was this needed for his confidence as well? It was like a fresh IGL to this team and making things work.
No, I'm super happy for him. I think he has struggled a bit with the way he plays and then with the community on his back, you know. And
They're really harsh on him, crazily.
they are very harsh on him. But if you look at like realistically, we didn't really lose too many games with him, right? Like we are actually winning most of our games. We won. I think we had like 3 losses overall this season, or maybe 4 if I'm not mistaken, and 3 of them are to NAVI, I think. You know, ever since we brought Snacks, we played pretty good in group stage. We always got to playoffs, quarterfinals, semifinals. So I'm not too worried about the group stage. Obviously, we shouldn't get too relaxed now that we won, as I said already. But I don't wanna obviously if we see that things are not going the way we would like it to see, we need to just react really fast. You know, if we start losing to Heroic at some point, we have to address the things immediately because it's best of 1. There is no time for mistakes. You know, you have to be quick at adjusting. I think it's important we obviously discuss how you want to approach before we start the game, and that's what we will do. And it should be fine.
Should be fun. I look forward to seeing it, man. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
I'm good, thank you, Scott. You asked me before I could ask you. How are you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be home.
Glad to be home, yeah. Where in Brazil are you from?
I am from São Paulo, but
Okay.
I mean, Rio feels like home.
It definitely feels like home, right? It's the country you know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. If I'm right, you guys would have traveled from Malta to come to Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
I mean, my home is in Malta now.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah.
It's
a
a-
CS player life. Yeah.
It's very confusing because it's like, technically I'm at home, but I'm not really at home because I've
Yeah.
left home to come to here and do another event. But that's just the way it is.
At this point, I don't know what's home, but
By the way, I'm going to say this. Your hair's looking real good. You got the slit in the eyebrow as well. You feel like you have to come back looking nice, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we gotta look nice.
How are you feeling now? We've had a good amount of time in FURIA. How do you think things are going?
I mean, I'm going to the 3rd month now with the guys, and I'm feeling pretty good at this moment. We practice a lot in this last couple of weeks, and we had like a very good practice. So at this moment, I feel like we are reaching like our true identity. So I'm looking forward to this tournament.
And that's what I wanted to look at because, yes, you've been here for a while. We've now got, we normally say 3-6 months, right? It's like a good breaking in time to understand where the team's at.
Yeah.
FURIA still has its struggles, but you feel like you're on the right path. What do you think is the biggest struggle you guys have had?
I think we still need to fix like little things inside our game. I think the best game we ever showed, like our true power, was against Spirit, and we really had the chances of like winning that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, we just need to like fix the little things and talk about it as a team and figure stuff.
In terms of the little things, can you give me an idea of what that is exactly, or is it a
I
secret?
mean, it's like some micro things that happens inside the game, like some decisions that if you want to win, like we cannot like do it. We need to like see a bigger picture, like so we can play like more as a team instead of like just individual. So it's more like that.
Nice. And for Rio, obviously, it's in Brazil, so it's very important to the FURIA camp. Can you feel like it's something different when you guys have come here? Like, okay, we really have to do well here.
Of course, since we arrived here, like the fans, like they went to the airport to like get us there.
Really?
Yeah,
Tell me about that. Tell me about
It
that.
was amazing. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, I mean, since then,
So you arrived at the airport, right? You come off the plane, and they're just like in the arrivals part, yeah?
the flag,
How many people?
I mean, 20, 30 people. It was like, yeah, it was amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that, first of all. Back to what I was saying before, because you distracted me of how awesome that story was. How important then does Rio become for you guys to make playoffs, to go far, to show the best FURIA? Do you feel that in the team that there's a change?
I mean, we are definitely in the killer mode right now. Like, we all want to like reach the playoffs and lift this trophy here because at this point, this tournament is all that matters for us. Like, to play in front of our crowd and giving them the chance, like, to have to feel this again of like Fallen lifting a trophy, and lifting a trophy to Fallen is something that I always like wanted to. So yeah, it's time to make it happen.
It's time to make it happen. And practice for you guys. Obviously, when you guys are in Malta, you're in a boot camp basically all the time, right?
Yeah,
so-
we are in bootcamp mode all the time.
So it's not the same as like practicing online. You don't have that. You're always all together. Did you change anything? Did you put more hours? Did you do a longer session? Talk me through it.
In the first few weeks that we went back to Malta, I mean, we were in Malta because of Pro League. Yeah.
You went from Pro League to home.
Yeah, exactly. And we had like lighter at the beginning, and as soon as we were like getting closer to the tournament, we were like putting more hours. And those last couple of weeks, like we really grinded, and it's where I feel like we got the best like evolution as a team. So yeah, again, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it as well. You got me excited, Skulls. Thank you very much. I'm going to see if I can find some more of your team, wherever they may have run off to. He's pointing that way, we're going this way. Da, da, da. Fallen, do you mind if I take the seat next to you? You're waiting for an interview? Yeah. I thought I gave you enough one. I'm so sorry. How are you?
All good, and you? Hello, everyone.
I'm doing very good, and obviously we're in Brazil again. You have to travel to Brazil because you now live in Malta. What's the feeling for you when you come to this event?
It's always amazing to come back to Brazil and having the chance to experience our country, all the passionate fans. So I'm just hoping that we can play some good CS on this tournament and make it to the playoffs, so we can all see a lot of great energy in the arena.
Now, I want to get your perspective and your opinion just on the recent performances for FURIA at the moment. Where do you feel you guys are at as a team?
I feel we have been progressing slowly but well. I think we have been getting some strong results. It's up to a point where we're still not there yet in terms of beating the top teams consistently, but we are already making good challenges against them. So for us, it's I would say it's one step at a time. For sure, we would wish to be contending for titles, playing the semifinals, finals, but you gotta go up on the ladder, and I think we have been climbing it up. So yeah, it's another opportunity for us to do better than we did before, and I'm being satisfied with the improvements I've been seeing.
Getting those improvements, though, how much more do you feel is needed to see FURIA back at the top? Because when we look at this roster now, when we look at Quesarado, we look at Yuri, you know, what Cello can do, and then Skull's coming in now as the final piece. This looks like it should be the ultimate team, but there are some other Brazilian teams as well who have shown that they can fight at the same way. Do you feel pressure to, like, now we need to deliver, we need to start showing something?
I feel like the Brazilian level has been rising up. I think none of the Brazilian teams are on the level we want to be yet, but at the same time we're not too far. So it's at this point where I feel like both FURIA and like MyBR and even Pen Gaming, all those guys, they have been close to reach this level where you can start dreaming of winning the titles, but all of them are not there yet. So it's for us, it's all about getting a little bit better, a little bit more consistency, and getting something more spicy as a team in order to show up and beat all those guys. A lot of good teams playing up there, and you gotta have something to be the difference for you, you know. So we're working on that.
Lastly, I want to ask you, because there are people now wanting to grab you for this interview. What would it mean to you, even though you've lifted some of the biggest trophies in Counter-Strike, what would it mean to you to lift this one here in Rio?
I have always been chasing to win a big trophy in CSGO in Brazil. I fell short on ESL tournament in São Paulo. I think we lost in the finals for Cloud9. So for me to win a big tournament in Brazil would be winning like a major for me. So I feel like the level in this tournament is very stacked. We have 16 of the best 21 teams in the world here, and you know it's the kind of a level you expect on a major. So for me personally, because it's my home country, that's my third major right here, you know. So it's a big chance for me. So yeah, for me it would be a dream coming true. I will try my best. I know when it comes to the expectations, both internally and outside, people might not see FURIA as a contender for the title, but I know deep in my heart that we're not too far away from where this conversation starts changing, you know. So it's all about trying to find what's missing.
It always takes like just one special magic moment, and it can all change very quickly. You know it more than anyone. Gabriel, thank you very much, man. James, one quick question.
Okay.
You went to Christ Redeemer yesterday, yeah? You went again?
Yes.
Fun? You like it?
Yes, I like him.
Recommend for everyone at home to go?
If you're Rio, you should go.
Do you think you look a bit like Christ?
No, I don't think so.
The hair?
No, it's not the same.
Not the same? Okay, I do, but he doesn't. Thank you very much, James. I won't bother you anymore. All right, this man, though, he can't escape us. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, and you're always smiling, even when I know you don't want to speak to me.
Yeah, when I see you, I can't stop smiling. You know that.
It's because you go, I best smile, because otherwise I will cry, as Banks is asking me more questions.
Yes. I try to act stupid, so you you will move some another way.
But I like talking to you, Fame.
Yeah, thank you. I like it too.
There we go. How are things in the Virtus Pro camp after Pro League now coming into Rio?
I think we're feeling great. We had a lot of time to practice before this tournament, and I think we all have big expectations. And this city is very important for us, and the country is beautiful. We just saw some statue of Jesus Christ and all this stuff. It was perfect, and I think we have good energy, and looking forward to play our first match.
Did you all visit the Christ Redeemer together?
Yeah.
Okay. So team activity, go up top, enjoy the sights, take your pictures, go tourist mode.
Yeah.
You enjoy that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I enjoy it very much. It's so good, so good.
What is it about Rio that you like the most? Obviously, there's good memories, but I mean, what do you enjoy mostly about Rio?
I think first of all is people are very kind persons, everyone, and very funny. Second, I like the food. Everything that I ate was very good, especially seafood. I ate paella yesterday. It was amazing.
Look, he's smiling more now we talk about food. I like this. So that's your favorite food here?
Yeah, and of course I love cheese bread. That's my favorite meal here.
See, this is fine for you, cheese bread. I like cheese bread, and then I just start getting more fat. It's like I'm eating too much cheese bread, man. You're fine.
You can do it. You can do it. Little bit.
You just want me to get more fat, babe, so I can't chase you.
You go to gym, I think.
Yeah, I go to gym.
It's no problem for you to eat some cheese bread. Of course, no problem.
But I eat too much because it's so good.
Yes. Me too, but you know.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm young, that's why I'm so skinny.
So it's my age that's the problem. Yeah, I understand. Practice for you guys, what did it look like before coming to Rio? Did you have like a boot camp? Was it just online?
It was online, just as usual, but we had a lot of time because we skipped Blast.
Yep.
But nothing special, just from homes, online, and we had a lot of time, yeah.
And in terms of having a lot of time and getting yourselves ready, we still haven't seen the best Virtus Pro in a little bit of time. Is it starting to get frustrating for you guys, knowing that you're not living up to the expectations you have for yourself and like the fans have for you?
Yeah, of course, nobody likes to play bad, and we all have this mentality that we have good potential, and we just need some little fixes, and I think everything is gonna be good for us, so I hope for the best.
Can you tell me what some of those little fixes are? Like, do you have an idea of what it is that's making it not go so good?
Oh, I can tell you a secret.
Okay, you can't let the secret out there. But overall, you've had changes as well, right, in terms of coaching stuff, that side of things as well. What difference is that bringing for Virtus Pro?
Oh, it's hard question. I don't know. What can I say? It's no comment. No comment.
He's very good at avoiding this right now. Fame, you're becoming too good at interviews that you're even avoiding my questions of it. Okay, last thing experience, that's it. Last thing I'll ask you then, what is the goal for you guys here? Is it minimum, you must make playoffs? Is it to win? Obviously, I know you want to win all tournaments, but where do you put your expectations as a team?
You know, I don't want to set high goals because if something go bad, it's not good. But I think our minimum goal on every event is to go to the playoffs, to the stage. I think that's a good goal. But of course, I think in our heads, it's always we want to win every tournament, and that's the best case scenario for us. We just hope for the best, but I think the minimum is to go out of the group.
Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck for it all, man. I'll see you in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Hello, guys. How are we doing?
Что он спросил? Good.
You good? Yes. Not done English for a while, electronic, no?
No.
Where did you spend your time after Pro League? Was it at home, family time?
It was family time as always.
Good.
Yeah, we've been practicing
Okay.
since Pro League, so nothing special, you know.
You feeling ready though?
I hope so. We'll see.
I keep hearing this from the Virtus Pro players though. I hope so. We're not sure right now.
I mean, you know, when you meet your struggles a lot, it's kind of hard to predict anything, you know. So it is how it is.
Is it frustrating for you? Do you start to get like sad and angry about not being able to perform to what you want to do as a team?
I'm a bit sad about myself, you know. So I need to prove myself that I'm capable to be a tier 1 player. So yeah.
You are a tier 1 player, Electronic. You're one of the best players we've seen, right? You are a dominant player. How do you feel is like so what do you feel is the biggest problem you are having on Virtus Pro?
I guess it's changed about the play style, you know.
Okay.
The way how I'm playing on the map.
Yeah.
How I'm acting on the map, like for example. I guess this is the main problem.
Is it hard to be the player you used to be? Like, is it hard to do the normal things you would want to do? Are you having to like adjust?
I mean, I need to find the balance, you know.
Yep.
So, for example, I don't need to be that aggro player as I was before, right? And I'm trying to find this balance.
Okay. Do you feel like it's nearly there? Do you feel like we're ready to see it again?
I hope.
You hope?
Yeah.
We all hope. We all hope. Norbert, I'm going to leave Electronic alone because he hates the English interviews. Thank you very much, Electronic. Dennis, you can't leave me hanging. How are you, Norbert? You always have to talk to me because the rest of your team don't really talk so much.
I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
You must like Rio, right?
Yeah, of course. It's like home. The second home.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Because of the vibe, you know, you're coming back after 2022 major, and it feels amazing.
And does it feel special? Does it feel different for you guys when you come into Rio? Do you see it in the rest of the team?
I don't know, but when we went to SSD, especially me, I saw the stage, and it reminds me the major, the players. So I know for me it's a special place.
Special place. And in terms of being a special place, are we ready for a special Virtus Pro performance?
I hope.
You don't seem too sure right now.
I don't know what can I say about our performance. It's every time when you or someone asking about performance, I'm saying we will see, and we will see the first game against MongolZ, and it's best of one.
Yes.
I don't like best of ones.
No, none of us like best of ones. Hopefully, soon enough, all tournaments will just give us only best of 3, and we'll get away with not having it. On that, so we know we don't like best of ones. Do you like best of 5 grand finals?
I think Vitality in Cologne played best of 5s.
Blast was best
Blast.
of 5s, yep.
If it's 5 maps, it's interesting to watch. If it's fast 3-0, no.
Oh, no. You're like, may as well be 2-0.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are practicing online, I'm hearing. I don't normally ask about how practice goes because everyone says, oh yeah, practice was good. Do you see a change, an improvement in the team through practice? Can you see a difference?
You know, on practice, it looks like you are playing good.
Yeah.
And if you feel like, oh, we're playing good. But when you come to official games, sometimes you're playing very bad.
Okay.
So I don't know what to answer, but I hope we will play better than on Pro League.
What kind of changes do you guys try to make though, as Virtus Pro? Like, what are you looking at as the things you need to make a change on in order to be where we expect you to be?
I think first thing is believe in ourselves, and we need some wins to. Oh, I forgot this word, I swear.
Wins to boost the confidence?
Yes, confidence.
Yes, yeah.
We need to gain some confidence. And these 2 things that we lost, I would say.
And in terms of losing the confidence, that's obviously hugely important, but I've also seen the mental frustration from the team. Are you still having a problem with that like players are getting frustrated, not doing what they should do, maybe mentally breaking before the game's over?
No, I think we're strong mentally because we never give up with the score like 11-5.
Yeah.
We're trying until the last round. It's sometimes, you know, different vibes before the game. Like we can't go with the same mindset to games.
Okay. And so for you guys, it's about the stuff before the game that's very important.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. What do you need to feel? What needs the vibe to be?
I don't know. I think I should scream a lot.
Scream like, yeah?
Yes.
But you and Electronica look as like should be the two loud ones, yeah?
Yes, and every time me and the electronic saying to the other guys on the right side, why you are so quiet?
What do they say?
Sometimes they're few rounds they're screaming, but then they're quiet again.
Does James scream that much? Do we ever get big roars out of James?
Bro, almost 3 years I'm playing with James, I never heard he screaming.
What was his reaction actually when he won the major? Was there more scream or just, yes, we did it? 2 years ago, I'm trying to make
yeah. Like, James, he was just smiling, I think, and giving hugs to everyone, but I don't remember he was screaming. I think only me and Fleet was screaming.
Yeah.
If you rewatch on the YouTube,
Okay.
I see only myself and Fleet screaming.
Okay, so we need to get more Virtus Pro players screaming and shouting and being more hyped.
We need to be more angry.
More angry?
Yes.
And control the anger, take it into the game and take it into wins.
Yes.
Okay. So anger is key to the wins for VP. Let's see if they get angry in their opening games. Thank you very much, mate.
How's it going, guys? How are you guys? You just have some lunch?
Yeah, it was really nice actually.
Do you guys like all the meats that they have? Just basically all meat and rice?
Yes, it was really good.
We had chicken and beef, and it was really good.
Chicken and beef, a little bit of a combo platter. So at this event, are you guys going to get first place or second place?
I mean, judging by our past results, this should be a first place.
Okay, so it just alternates every event, first, second, first, so now it's first. Okay. Now, people say that it's Blade system that Alexi B is calling. How much individual freedom do you guys feel like you have within that for your own personalities to come through?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
We for sure can do whatever we want. But we have to implement it into the so-called system. So if you have an individual play you want to do, we'll create a round or a default to accompany our play.
When I was watching you guys play the last finals, it seemed like you were really good throughout the entire tournament at staying to like the system and playing together, and your teamwork with the flashes, the utility looked great, but then sometimes you look like you've never played together on the same team. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's why you have the smile. What causes that, and how are you gonna fix that?
It's a great question. I don't think we know what causes that. I mean, the best of five. Usually in the best of five, you always play worse than you're used to. I don't know the reason. Maybe it's because a lot of pressure. It's a grand final, but we're for sure working on the solution. But we don't know what's the problem. We have to find it.
I think 2 tournaments in a row, you have a little bit tired, of playing 2 in a row without any off days. It's for sure like, how to say it in English? You can feel it when you're playing.
Fatigue is the word.
Yeah, fatigue. That makes sense. You pull off some really incredible clutches, and like, for example, the 1-on-2 on Anubis there, where you flick shot the last guy at Donut. Ancient, yeah, where you flick shot the guy at Donut. How do you get so good with those types of clutches and intuition, knowing these people where they are? Is it just something you just know, like, oh, I know what I'm going to do, or is it like, oh, he's going to be here, and you're thinking to yourself?
I don't know, just understand this clutch were away, and it was easy because I know one guy in Temple, he did, wait, it's not Temple. He was there, and I heard him, and I just know that second guy for sure in Donut, so it was easy.
Well, and there you go. It was just easy. You like to push up and push these smokes. Are you trying to be like Stewie, reincarnated, the smoke criminal, or are you just trolling a little bit when you're like getting a little bit close to smoke, maybe in situations you don't need to?
Wait. Is it a bad thing or a good thing?
Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good.
Most often it should be good. If it was most often bad, I wouldn't go for it. But sometimes your opponent is just playing a little dumb, maybe uses all of his bullets into the smoke, and then he's reloading, so you'll push and kill him, and then he's probably going to feel really stupid afterwards. Also a mental game, but if I die, I mean, I tried to go for it, it didn't work out, and yeah, next time I'll be more cautious.
Do you like pushing through the smokes or getting close to them in this game, or CSGO more?
Good question. CS2 more.
CS2, even though like when the smoke starts to fade, if you're in it, it's not good for you?
Pushing the smoke, I feel like it's better in CS2, but fading the smoke is for sure worse than in CSGO.
In CSGO it was better to push into the smoke.
Pushing the smoke was not good because your model is already out, but you cannot see the player. But in CS2, it's way less of that.
It's almost like the cloud follows you out.
Yeah, it's better to push. Worse to stay.
So look, are you guys having a discussion about who's going in first? Or?
No, that's always me.
Always you? Is that is that because you're the prettiest? Or?
No, because these guys are full of baiters, you know, all of them.
Ah, so it's a bait ranking.
Exactly.
Who's number 2?
Who is entering number 2? Shui, for sure.
Shui number 2. Okay, interesting. Glasses on? We gotta stick together, you know, people with glasses, you can't just take them on all the time. Shui currently getting his picture taking, and there's a few different poses we always do. This one, classic. In a second, he'll ask, you know, stand to the side. We're imitating. MOUZ is one of the, dare I say, favorites to go far away in this tournament. So while they're currently having a bit of fun, I'll go interrupt them and I'll have a conversation with my Danish friend over here. It's called Cyclone. So we'll just move in. I'm sorry, Cyclone. I'm gonna take your time a little bit away from your teammates. I just said that you're one of the dark horses maybe to win the tournament. Would you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I think we're a little bit under the radar right now.
Why's that?
Because we went out of groups last tournament, and usually we do pretty well.
Why did you go out of the groups last tournament?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's also something we really try to work on coming into this tournament. Yeah.
So I saw during Cologne that you've been practicing. You had this facility, you know, in Hamburg, I believe it is, somewhere in Germany. Is that a facility you guys are still using coming into a tournament like this, where you know the crowd can be very loud in Rio?
Not specifically this tournament, but it is something we will use quite frequently when we have a big tournament coming up.
Hey guys, any of you want to talk to me? Because I have a question. No, you have good English. I hear that. Yeah, good English. You can't point towards a teammate and then come in.
Okay.
Hey bro, okay, I have a question. I'm in Brazil. Obviously, I'm from Europe. How close is being right here to be at home for you? Does it feel like home when you're here?
Yeah, I think so, because I love Brazil. There is the best beach on the world, so I like to be here.
Now, what's good about the beaches, huh?
Yeah, I like it. I like the beach so hard. Yeah.
Now, why is the Brazilian beach one of the best in the world?
And the sand is very good. It's like white, and I love that. And the waves of the ocean are very big, so I like that.
All right, so it feels like home, you know. You got the sun, you got the beaches. How confident are you coming into this tournament that you can do a good job once again?
Yeah, I think now we are very confident. That is what we talk about, like the past days and weeks. So we need to have fun and play good CS now.
All right. I know you guys have an awful lot of fans online. Whenever you guys do well, my Twitter's always spammed with, you know, compliments and cheers for you guys. Do you think anyone is going to travel to watch you guys play in Rio if you make the playoff?
Yeah, I think so. Argentinian fans are incredible, so I hope to be on playoff and maybe some fans come here.
Hello, Roger.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Nice change of weather compared to Denmark, right?
Yeah, like don't know how to react to being in 30 degrees in October as a Dane. So yeah, I'm taking every bit of, you know, time in the sun to at least enjoy it a little bit.
And for coaches, normally on media day, not too much to do with it, right? So this is a good day for you to prepare for the event. But how have you guys been getting on as this new Astralis, and just so much change you guys are going through? Because obviously we had the full finals, but now Rio, you've had a little bit more time.
We had a little bit more time, but unfortunately we also had some people being sick, like post-event. So like we've tried to maximize the number of days available, but obviously it's not perfect. But yeah, we believe in our team, so let's see what we can do here.
In terms of that, right, obviously you guys went through a lot of stress outside of the server as well, coming into that with the whole thing. How much do you think that affects the rest of the players when it came to like the full finals and just the mentality?
I think it was a lot of a roller coaster. I think the first day we didn't really have, you know, our heads in the right space. There was so much happening around the team, around the server, in and out, you know. So, but I think in the second game against Spirit, I think we got to show what type of CS we want to play. Also that we can battle against the best, and probably should have won it. But But yeah, I think we got to show who we are, and hopefully we can build on top of that for this event here.
What's it like for you now being back on Danish soil, right, in terms of having a full Danish team? Because you spend so much time doing the international side of it. Is there some major differences you notice?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is always like the unity part. When you are an international team, it's harder to build that natural type of unity. But when you are like Danes that have known each other for a long time, you create these bonds. Even when you're not playing together, whether it's on the flights there, talking in player lounges, everyone likes to talk their own language. So so you get more like small talks with them, and yeah, the unity part obviously comes out as the first one for me.
I'm glad you spoke about unity, because there is that elephant in the room of the past, maybe not so much unity between Yavi, Stown and Cadian. You guys obviously said in like the press release and stuff that it was something you could get past and everyone was willing to do it. They're on the team, so they've made some sort of agreement. But was it strange for you to be, because you were not in this drama, then you're now the coach of it all and you're just around it. Was it a weird scenario?
I think it was one of these things, where time goes by and you get stuck on some details, and the more you tell these like stories and stuff, things tend to get bigger than they were. I think that's a lot of the things that I've thought about when they've talked about it, at least. But yeah, like everything is like as if it was just continuing from the old time. So I'm very happy about that, because it was one of my question marks when we talked about Cadian in the first place. But I also do want to say, like, when he comes into a room, if you don't buy in, like, it's gonna be hard, but everyone is buying in, and when you get people to buy into Kasper's leadership style, I think everyone can see that people enjoy being around each other, and there's always like good moods and vibes, and obviously also testosterone when you have him. So yeah.
Definitely a lot of that floating around. We see it on the cameras for sure. I want to also just ask around the fact that you've come into this role now and you are a bit more of like, I'm not going to say the father figure, but you're older. Do you think that helps with what this team needs? Because they're not the youngest players, right? You've not got a bunch of young players fresh coming in. You've got a pretty mature set of players overall. So do you think your experience and your age also helps you with navigating all of this in the team?
I think so. I think if you put a young upcoming coach into this one, like it's either it's make or break. Either you hit it home in the first time, or you're gonna have a hard time, navigating through all the different things that comes along being around a young team. So obviously, I think my profile fits the team pretty good. I have the experience. I also know when to give room. I think with Device as the in-game leader, I had to take a little bit more charge, also to help him develop into the role, talk expectations. But with another, old veteran coming back into leadership role with Cadian, it's also for me to give him a little bit more room to settle into the role, and then take over a little bit more along the way. But to be honest, we've been playing together for like seven practice days so far, so it's also hard to pinpoint everything down to the detail this early on.
How hard has this whole journey been for you, though? Because you were stable on OG for so long, and already it seems like, obviously OG went through a flux of players, right? But on Astralis, in your just few months, it's been a crazy experience, right?
I think it's the classic Danish thing, I thought I escaped it back leaving for an international team, but there is like, but that's the thing that I think the national teams can do when they actually make changes. You have this like instability to get on the same page. We talked about unity, right? And it's also one of the things that I think elevates the national teams, that if you create this unity, then you can build, another layer on that you probably couldn't have been doing if you had the four same players and one international talker in an international team. So I think there's lots of positives by being like this national side. And yeah, as I said, we only scraped the surface so far. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the coming time.
And what does it look like in terms of your relationship with Cadian and how you guys want to act in the leadership role? Because I think you're very different to what I would say Exist was on the heroic days. Exist is very quiet, but I know you are vocal and you have your own opinion, your own idea of how it is, right? Not in a bad way. I mean, I know you're laughing, but I mean, it's like, I always see Rugger as, I've got a plan, I know what's going on, and you have a mind more for how you want to see it. So are you guys on the same page? Are you seeing some like, okay, we need to have some middle ground here?
As I said, I try to give him room to settle into the role here in the beginning. So the feedback that we've been having so far is like trying to to find, you know, the middle ground and then push to one of the sides to see which direction the teams responds better in. And I'm not saying that it's gonna be either his or my style. I think we need to find, you know, common ground, so to say. And also, the more we get to learn, understand each other, the more I know which roles I need to help him with and what he needs help with from me. So he is a little bit more freestyle than other leaders I've been working with. So for me, it's also about putting things into boxes so the players know, okay, it might be freestyle, but at the end of the day, we still have, you know, our framework of how we want to play.
Yeah, nice. And I have to ask this, and I'm hoping I can get a cheeky answer from you here. Was Hooksy ever an option for you guys that everyone spoke about?
Not from my side, at least. Like, obviously, when you talk about making changes, not, you know, an overnight decision. It's a long-term thing where you have names that you want to keep track of, where they are, how does the team currently looks like, and what are the like upsides and downsides, and then you try to evaluate as you go along, like which direction the team is going in and which profiles might be there if we need to make a change somehow along the way. So like we never really, at least not from my side, maybe management, you never know, you know. That's the good thing about being in such a big organization, that I'm only getting asked about like my core expertise. So yeah, like we obviously discussed Hooksy, but at the end of the day, I think Kadian was a better fit for this team also.
Now, last thing I want to touch on with you is you've been doing this for a long time. Astralis now is obviously meant to be going to lift trophies, win majors, win championships. But how much do you want that for your career as well, considering the time you had in OG?
Obviously, when you are in a competitor, especially in a very like...
It's Rio helicopters. It happens all the time. Lots of tours going around. Maybe we'll visit one as well. It gets louder as it goes over our head. And then I will let Rugger finish roughly... pretty good timing.
Yeah. When you are in a competitive environment and you use, you know, 120 to 150 days a year away from home, then obviously there's also that that you really want to win. To also, you know, put some jewelry, put some trophies, you know, behind the hard work, you know. So obviously it hurts not winning, but I also think that with this team we have a really good shot at it. And I think with the previous roster in the beginning, we were also pretty close to making it like to the finals. So hopefully from now on here we can talk about how many trophies instead of getting the first one.
I like it. I like what I'm hearing. Thank you very much, Rugger. I appreciate you, man. And we'll see you later on.
We have the MongolZ just arriving, and I'm not gonna lie, a team that I absolutely love to watch play Counter-Strike. They always play with a certain carelessness in a way, you know, they always just want to go for it, and it feels like one of those teams that never really get affected by the pressure as well. However, they do struggle sometimes to make results, but we'll speak to them about that. They're heading in now, they're getting the makeup done, they're getting the pictures done. You want to talk to me, right? Yeah, okay. Welcome to Brazil. How do you find it so far?
We're feeling great. It's the third time I'm here to Brazil. Yeah.
Okay, and how has it been going the other two times you've been there? Have you been feeling good? You've been playing well, or is it difficult to perform in Brazil?
I think it's a little bit difficult. I think. Yeah.
Okay. And how comfortable are you coming into this tournament? I feel like you guys are always, you know, you're always a team that no one wants to play because you're pretty annoying to play against. I'd say, you know, most people agree with that. How are you feeling right now coming into this tournament?
I think we're feeling confidently this time, and I hope there's no jet lag or something this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. The travel here. How long is the travel for you guys to get to Brazil?
At least 40 hours. All the travels and the waiting time, everything.
Wow, that's a long travel. How are you feeling right now? Are you jet lagged? Are you tired?
No, not really. But
okay.
I don't know. I don't know about my teammates, but for me, it's not difficult for me.
Okay.
Hey, Vinny, how's it going?
How's it going? Yeah.
It's going well. You're at a tournament in your home country. How's that gonna feel for you?
I mean, pretty good. Even though that we didn't qualify for it, so it's even better.
You know, you also didn't qualify for an event many years ago. We played a qualifier in LA for Zotac, and we played you guys in the finals. You were on FURIA at the time, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that event?
But we qualified for that one.
You qualified for it?
Yeah.
We both went then. Did you beat us?
No, we lost in the finals against Ghost, right? It was Ghost.
Yeah, we were on Ghost at the time. So
I'll give profit to Wardell that match. I remember the 30 kills on balloons on overpass. That scares me to death.
I think after that event, that time period, like 2018, maybe beginning of 2019, that's when you guys started going really insane on FURIA. Like you had the, I guess like in 2019, 2020, that's when you guys became really good at the game. How do you see like your current team now, and are there any lessons that you learned from FURIA that you're bringing into this team?
I think it's a totally different season and game. In that timing, I remember after Zotac we played the Advanced League, it was 6 months, and after that we started like kind of getting better, qualify for the ECS, ECL, whatever in that time. But I think like you had more teams and more European teams playing in your region, like on NA back in the days, and you could get some good practice. And now I think it's really stacked on Europe. So if you live in NA or on SA, you're kind of fucked because you just play your region teams. The meta is different. Like players play more dumb, but they have a lot of skill, but they play more dumb. So you can try to do smart stuff. The guys are always in your head, so you need to play another game, and you kind of get a mixed feeling that every time you go to Europe, you need to play different than you're practicing in your region. So.
Well, who was your favorite team to play back then from North America, and then now who's your favorite team to play against in practice games?
I mean, back in the days, the team that like I won, I guess. Do you think, or just playing overall?
Any team that like, there's always a team that's like every time we play these guys, it's always fun. It might not be the most productive, but we always have a good time at the end of it.
I think Liquid was really good to play in back in the days. I think we could counter them really good, and we knew. EG was so hard to play. I think we lost a 6 or 7 finals before winning one event, but after that we never lost again. So I think EG was the most frustrating, and Liquid was kind of comfortable to play back in the day.
Now that you got here, you got second place in the closed qualifier, and now you're like, oh, this team couldn't make it. We get to go. How have you guys been preparing for this kind of last minute? You just focus inwards on yourselves, or are you focused on the other teams in your group?
I think we need to focus in the other teams because, I mean, we're facing NAVI, so we just need to see any weakness they give us and try to exploit that because it's going to be definitely a hard game. Being a BO1, we have a more chance because it's going to be a weak map for both sides, but, we need to shoot better.
Do you think there's anything that you can share right now about something that a player might do that might give you a little bit of an advantage and that you can punish?
No, not yet, because not even me and Zach can figure out what to do in this case. But I mean, we didn't prepare for this tournament because we weren't in this tournament. We were just playing some local matches, expecting to the ACL playoffs is next week. So we're kind of preparing for that to save new strats and stuff like that. But right now we're in the middle of the things, so we just need to use everything we want. And then everything we have and try to go really further.
So you're not saving strats this tournament?
No, yeah, exactly. The idea was saving strats for ESL playoffs, but no, fuck it. Let's use everything.
No excuses then. You gotta win it all. Okay. And how are you feeling about that opening match against NAVI? You could see that they're really good. They get top 2 finish at the last 6 events they've been to. You think they're gonna be top 2 again here?
I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully they are a little bit mad of the last final they lost. 13, 14 hours flight to Brazil, a little bit jet lag. Let's see if they start a little bit warm,
Okay, well, you guys should be a little bit warm too. And they said that they love the food and all the chicken and the beef that's here, and that's bad?
Yeah, then it should be really bad, not comfortable,
Ooh, that's bad for you guys? Or okay.
Really good for them, bad for us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Hello, Robs. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. You look very smiley. Good day so far?
It's nice and sunny here, it's different.
It does help, doesn't it? The mood you wake up, you look outside and you go, this is what I would like to do all the time, playing Counter-Strike in this area?
I mean, if you come from a depressive northern country in Europe, it's much better here.
Definitely much better. How was your travel day coming in though? Was it a good one? Was it positive? Did you lose any bags like I did?
I didn't lose bags. That's good. No, I mean, I usually tend to not sleep much before the travel. So when I get to the plane, you fall asleep. That's how I like to do it. And I had a good sleep in the plane. And I mean, I'm pretty fresh now. I think obviously there's going to be some jet lag, but we'll figure it out.
you'll figure it out. You've done this many times. It's not your first rodeo. How good do you guys feel, and how do you feel after Blast? Do you feel a change?
I think it's going in the right direction. I mean, we're obviously aiming to go in the right direction always. Yeah. Sometimes we don't. It is what it is, you know. But I think we had some good signs there. I think beating Liquid with a comfortable match, like you know, like we didn't have to sweat. We didn't have to go to an overtime. You know, that's always a positive sign.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you, and I'm glad you're here for this. Updates. What did you make of this recent update?
Just a bit of fun, I guess. I mean, it's nothing serious. There was some. I haven't been reading too much of the updates lately. I've just been trying to just play the game and find some enjoyment. But I think they fixed some stuff. I heard a lot of like bug fixes. I think like in terms of like pixel gaps on some maps, that kind of stuff. I mean, and obviously the skins and the armory. I mean, it's cool. It's fun. Obviously. Yep. I think they're making people play the game now that you can't really buy the cases, or you know, it's no longer like pay to win, but you have to actually play. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I've seen some people abuse it though. They're like farming the lobbies, like Dust 2, people just running down suicide, dying instantly. I mean, it's not how the game is intended to play, but
they always find a way. Don't they?
Yeah, I guess it's a way to farm the current credits, but I hope Valve is gonna fix it.
Now, if I'm right, you're quite the KZ man, right? You like that side of things. What would be your dream to see where KZ can go in CS2? Where would you like that to go, Robs?
I don't know. I mean,
is there a peak for like the KZ community that you'd like to see that you would personally enjoy? Like, is there something you want to see that they develop or make sure can be added?
I mean, everything was good in CS:GO in terms of like you just need to have plugins and like you need to have everything working properly. I think that's the biggest issue currently. Yeah. And I mean, I think there's some inconsistencies with all the jumping stuff. So that's, I think, a big problem right now, where people are developing all this stuff. They can't really fix the inconsistencies.
Yeah, but then you don't know if it works or not, right?
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, I also like Surf obviously, and I think Surf is also in a bad spot. You know, people used to kind of really compete in CS:GO, but you don't really do that. People went back to Source to Surf again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because well, Surf really originates from Source, like where all the people compete. So they always go there, but you could do that in CS:GO as well, but you can't really do that in CS2 now. So I think if they just make it so it could be as good as CS:GO, then people would be happy for sure.
Now, you did say something to me when we were talking about the update that you said you're not really focused on that stuff now. Is it better for you mentally not to focus about that stuff and just play the game that's given to you? Because I know at the beginning, right, some players are very vocal, you're giving a lot of feedback. You were saying about giving feedback as well. Is it sometimes better to just go, okay, look, we've got this, we have to deal with it?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to do both still. Like, I mean, obviously, I have opinions. Like when it comes to like fixing stuff and getting rid of the problems, I try to do my best, but I try not to focus on it too much. I guess, you know, just try to perform as a team. I think that's the most important part, and like all the problem fixing that comes second whenever it does. So yeah, that's what it is.
Now I'm going to ask you a question around RuneScape now as well. Are you playing still any old school?
Yeah, still play.
You still play a bit? Yeah. Okay, and is it like your casual game on the side, your relaxing game?
Yeah, I would say so.
But depending on what you do, it might not be relaxing if you're PKing.
No, not PKing. I actually play Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Hardcore?
I died in my hardcore, but...
No! I'm so sorry.
Well, it is what it is. I had a good run.
How well did you do?
I think I had like 1700 total level for a hardcore. That's pretty good. It's like rank 10k something in the high scores. It's alright.
While being a top tier professional Counter-Strike player, that's pretty damn good, Robs.
It's nothing special, you know. If you know RuneScape, it's not that special, but it is like a game you can just like, you know, you play intensive CS, come off a match or you come off practice and you just want to sit down in your chair and just lounge like for an hour or something, and then just launch RuneScape.
Nice. Any other games you play? Anything else you do to relax?
Currently not. I know the team likes to play PUBG. Sometimes I play PUBG with them.
Who's good at PUBG on your team?
There's a few. There's a few.
Good? Okay, we're cooking on PUBG.
Yeah, we could have a whole lineup.
Okay. Tell me, who is the best then FaZe member on PUBG? Do you think?
I mean, Neo is pretty good. Neo's pretty good.
Of course it would be Neo, wouldn't it?
And Frozen and Reina are pretty good as well.
All right, so stay tuned. You know, key careful in your PUBG lobbies. If they're finishing practice and they come into your PUBG lobby, just run away from the FaZe guys. That'll be it. Thank you very much, Ross. How are you guys feeling after looking at what happened in the full finals? Are we seeing more positives from it? Are we feeling good mood right now?
Yeah, I think we move in the right direction, right? Sometimes I'm too result oriented. I think like we had a chance to win against G2, we had a chance to win against NAVI, and then we didn't. They had a good momentum. So in theory, we lost to the two teams who won the final, and they played really great that event. So I think all, as leader, I'm happy we move in the right direction, thinking of the bootcamp we did before Malta. So yeah, in the end we're on results. But I think this is a key event for every team when it comes into the RMR invite. So it's really good to go deep here.
I saw something posted on Instagram that I had to ask you about. I think it was like the day after you were eliminated from full finals, maybe the day after that, you were on the PC back to grinding again as well. What were you doing? What was Karrigan cooking?
I mean, just keep playing. Since the play break, I played a lot individually. Even though I feel like it's going a little bit better individually for me, just need to keep pushing forward, need to be better. I think tactical, we are ready for these events. So it is using the time now to play individually a lot, and that's why I just went straight to PC after we lost. Also took a day off, right? But just keeping in that groove, keeping in the mindset, and yeah, this is how it is, right? You can't stop. Like if I stop grind for a day or two, somebody else is grinding more than me, and then I'm behind again.
Is it harder to do though, as obviously as an IGL you're doing a lot anyway, but then also you're getting older, you've got a wife, you've got a life, there's more life changes happening at this point as well. Do you feel like it's getting harder to do?
No, I think I'm really good at putting some responsibility to my wife. She's good at taking it as well, like taking care of the house and everything, right? And all these small details, but sometimes you need to help as well. I think it's all about where I'm mentally. She's really good to reading the room. So when I go straight to PC, I'm just there for myself. Yeah. So I think it doesn't change with age. I think it just changes how motivated you are, right? Like I said, I feel like I'm a better path now than I was 3 months ago in my individual level. So I want to keep it as high as possible and trying to gain more momentum individually. And like I said, sometimes it's about watching demos, watching games. This past week have been about keep grinding hard and being ready for the tournament individually, at least.
Is there a level you kind of see yourself where you say, okay, this is what I want to hit, this is what I want to feel on an individual, not leadership, just as Karrigan shooting and playing? Like, is there a groove you feel at this point?
Yeah, I mean, there's different things, right? We're going to have different goals. I don't want to say them here. They are pretty high, and it's always hard to reach them. But I think I had the same in 2022, did a lot of goals individually. And in the major final, I hit a goal I had with the stats I wanted. But as an IGL, it's much more than just stats. It's how I feel the game, how I see the rounds. Most important for me is having impact. In some rounds, I don't care if I die all the time. I think it's part of my role in the team to gain a lot of information, but also winning rounds by getting double kills and so on, and playing some anchor roles good, even though it's rough sometimes as a leader, but it's part of the role I have.
Do you find it's rough sometimes as well when you go up against some of these real, like, explosive, young, heavy, like you just feel like, okay, what am I supposed to do in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I'm playing anchor role for a whole half, I don't talk much because nothing happening, and then I go T-side, and then I have to check out straight duels. Yeah, now it's time to play aggressive. So it is strange sometimes, and I think that's something you're talking to the team. I can try to activate myself more on CD sides, especially on B Mirage, right? I can just hide A or do something else to get more into the game, because not so many IGLs are playing anchor roles these days, so they're always active. So it's something I'm trying to adjust in our game plan and trying to activate myself more. But yeah, I think it's always hard when Dong comes around the corner. I always said if I kill Dong and die, I did my job.
Yeah, that's it. We're taking that trade all day long. That's good. What's interesting to me here when you're saying things like this, and I know you would probably hate to do it now, but we need to do some like study documentary on you with this, because your mindset is so unique. Obviously, it comes over years of doing it all. I would say, and obviously you're not going to say about yourself, I would say there's no one else like you. But do you feel like this is something where more players could make their careers longer, make their things have a longer longevity if they had the kind of mindset you have?
I mean, I realized 5 years ago my mindset wasn't the best. I was just thinking a lot about playing, not thinking much about how I went into a game or how I perceived myself. So I knew if I wanted longevity, yes, the skill is there, but there's only there's a limit to my skill, and I thought always, okay, there's no limit to my mindset. It's only about myself and how I perceive myself. It is a battle sometimes to stay positive or try to analyze everything in detail, right? Sometimes I just have no chance in the game. But I think just as what I realized 5 years ago, if I can be the strongest mental leader, I know I'm going to have a longevity as a player, lead the right people, lead as an example for my teammates. So I think I did a great job by realizing that's something I can change and something I can prolong and be better at every day, where the skill, like, I can do everything I can, but everybody's getting so much better. And if you look at my games this year and look at my games 5 years ago, I am way better as a player. But the problem is everyone is getting way better as well, and it's hard to keep that as a leader to kind of focus on both things. But I'm happy where I am. As long as my team is happy and the way I lead, I think I'm doing a great job. But I can always do more on the server, right? I'm not stupid.
We're talking a lot about your mentality, but I want to also look at the fact that with what you did at Blast, was that important for the rest of your team as well? Because especially with some of them being hungry and they want to win as well and they're used to winning, could you start to see that it was starting to be like a knock-on effect?
Everything is a knock on the face all the time, right? We won Chengdu, and maybe that was a big relief for our team, and then we never got back into like the winning ways. And I think since 4 or 5 months we haven't beat a top 5 team, so we all know that. We have seen that everywhere that we didn't beat a top 5 team, and then we're so close to being G2, and then we don't, and then we're so close to being NAVI, and we don't. But it's about keeping looking forward, keep staying positive, and realize how I said to the guys after Blast, we have played the best CS we've played in months. So it doesn't always get in results, but just try to stay positive, and at some point some of the teams are maybe going to drop 1%, and we're ready to try to abuse that. But we just have to focus on ourselves. There's not much to do, and yeah.
It's Rio now, but is there a mentality of also hitting the strive and peaking for the major?
I mean, of course, you're looking at the schedule, right? I think Cologne was a really important event. Then we had a boot camp and trying to adjust and not focus so much on the result itself, but coming into a major, this tournament is important for the seeds. So if you want to have a easier road or a better situation at the major, this event is most important. So yeah, it's really important also just getting more arena, and maybe if we go even to a final this time, it will say we are going in the right direction, right? But yeah, so many quarterfinal exits, and at least we got Simmons and Blast was, I think, important on paper for us, and at least I think this time we move up the ranking, and the last 3 months we only dropped down places, so it's going in the right direction.
The right direction, that's what it's certainly all about for you guys. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Good luck on the rest of the media day, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Frozen, in Rio, you're looking ready. You're looking very fresh as well. You seem good sleep, everything good?
Yeah, no jet lag, surprisingly, so, feeling pretty good. Yeah.
How did you avoid jet lag?
I adjusted my time zone before I came here already.
Okay.
And yesterday, needed a lot of caffeine to get through the day, but I think just the first day is always the hardest.
You powered through it, that's for sure. That's what it sounds like. Here, though, I am expecting a different phase from what we've seen in recent times because of how well you guys did at full finals. Is that what you're feeling?
For sure. We had the rough times, but after every tournament, I feel like we are trying to improve things and we are working on things. And it is good that you can see the improvement as well in the game. So that makes me happy. And I think we just have to go up from here. We had our rough times, so now it's time to have a good times.
How does it feel for you being the newest member to FaZe when you've got to go through all this, right? Because you come into FaZe and everyone's like, yeah, this is going to be it. We're going to be winning everything. It's going to be all, and probably your expectations are pretty high as well. How has this been for you personally to go through on a journey? That's a very loaded question. I'm sorry.
It wasn't easy, you come to a team that is going to every grand final. We continue to go every grand final, right? And we miss a little bit of a percentage to actually get the trophy. Hard to say what would happen if we, would have got one of those trophies, Katowice or Major or whatever. Doesn't matter now. But in general, I feel like, there is always ups and downs. Community is always gonna say now it's my fault. Of course, wouldn't happen with it. Wouldn't happen with it.
The one sole reason, definitely you, of course. Yeah.
That's how it is, And I'm fine to take the blame. I don't care really. I just want us to be good again.
But for you, on a personal level, are you finding it like it was getting hard? Was it starting to get you were starting to feel the pressure mount up?
I don't think pressure. I think it was just like the the feeling of disappointment, I would say, because you're doing so well at one time, and then suddenly in 2 months goes by, and you're like, how can we play this bad suddenly, when we're doing that good before? So I think there's a lot of questions in the head, I think, at that time. But I think at this point, it's just all about playing the game, to be fair, not overthink anything, and especially not listen to HLTV,
Do you feel like you've kind of got this understanding now, though, of where you want to be and like the team understanding the problems?
What's up? Yeah, I hope so, man. Personally, I feel like I kind of know where my place is at the moment, and I'm also a guy who's trying to analyze everything, so after every tournament, I will try to speak my mind of what I see and, share it with the boys. Yep. Let's see I want to see what their point of view is on the things. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think at this point it's just more about looking at the positives more than the negatives, because when you're having a tough time, it is easy to see all the negatives, I feel like. So, yeah, now we're just taking it step by step, like all the positive things that are there should be important to us. And yeah, just look for the better days, to be fair.
I'm sure the better days are coming. You said about when you bring up a problem, you're talking to the rest of the team. Do you feel like everyone in the team is good at doing that? Do you feel like you have a good way of doing it and you can all be on the same page?
I feel like, the talking aspect could be a little better, to be fair, but I think that's also something that was there before I came to the team. Okay. So for me, it is easy to speak my mind, I feel like. But, to the other guys, I feel like, they've been together for so long that some things don't really necessarily have to be said, I feel like, Exactly, they understand each other. So for me, again, I will always say what I feel like, So for them it's a little bit different, but I feel like, we are finding the middle ground, just talking about problems, having good discussions, and finally coming to improvements.
Well, hopefully the improvements come real soon for you, man. Thank you very much, as always.
Thank you.
How's it going, dude?
Great, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. I heard you guys got in a little bit earlier so you could play a show match. How did that go for you?
Well, it was okay. I mean, it's a due to do when you're a professional player. Sponsors are there, and you need to do stuff for them. And actually, that was fun. That wasn't a bad thing to do.
Does it impact your flow of practice or how you prepare for the event or the jet lag? Does it help in any way?
I think coming a day earlier is always good, as we have a 5-hour difference from Europe. I think it's good to come a bit earlier. Anyway, we were off after Copenhagen, so the practice didn't change much. We were just resting, and that was good after 3 weeks off from home.
Well, you brought up Copenhagen, so I'm going to ask you, how devastating is it? Like, the way that you guys lose, looking at it, seems like it's really tilting and aggravating. How do you guys kind of deal with those emotions on the stage, and how are you going to overcome that type of thing for this event?
Well, what's tough is the last 2 months we lost 2 games, and 2 games we should have won. When against Eternal Fire we have a 12-9 lead and we don't convert it on Anubis. Same against G2, 12-9 lead on Mirage City side. Well, it's really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like we didn't play good, but we had enough to go through, which is pretty embarrassing, but that's how it is, and we can't go back in the past anyway. You need to do more further, so pretty devastating, mostly for me because I played really like shit the last 2 games, but that's how it is, and we just need to step up and go as far as possible here.
When you feel like you're playing personally not well, does that affect how you call some plays, either the start of the round calls or any of the mid rounds as well?
Well, it depends. A bit more lately because I think I did probably the best tournament individually as IGL in Cologne. I'm talking not IGL but pure player. So I had maybe more expectation in my head towards myself, and I played really bad. So probably it affected a bit of my calls in some ways. I think I didn't. I left. I'm an IGL that leave a bit of freedom, but not too much. And I think I gave a bit too much the last few tournaments. So I need to get back to my own and call the way I like to do it.
Well, you guys look really good when you're on form, and I love watching you guys play your CT sides as well, how you move around and fish for the info, and then when you feel like you know where the enemies are, you take the space on the other places. It works really well, so hopefully you guys can regain that form. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, in a way I'm disappointed about us, and I just want us to do great here. We won last year here. It was the beginning of everything, I would say, for our season last year. It's just before the Paris Major and everything. So we really want to do something great here, and it's always nice to play in front of the Brazilian fans. So hopefully we're gonna at least qualify for the playoff.
I'm going to try to grab Flamesy in a second here. Anything I should ask him in specific?
No, nothing I'm thinking about. I don't know.
Nothing embarrassing or anything?
No, too many things embarrassing for him, so I'm gonna say anything.
We're talking about you. We're seeing if there's anything embarrassing we can talk about you.
Loads of stuff, but what he didn't say anything?
He said no. He had nothing. He's a great teammate, great wingman. If you guys were out at the club or something, he would be backing you up, trying to get you anything. You like going clubbing?
No, I actually don't go clubbing. I like bars more. I like to speak with people, so I don't like when. Well, I'm also a really bad dancer, so.
Yeah. I'm not a great dancer either. Yeah, the bars, the quieter, you can have a conversation. That's better. But I'm also older now. I've done the whole clubbing scene.
How old are you?
I'm 34. How old did you think I look like?
I thought you were like 29, 8. No, actually, it makes sense that you're 34.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask why. I know the answer.
When was I by power stuff?
10 years ago.
10 years ago, and you were 24.
I was 24. And well, hopefully that you're able to stay a little bit out of the scandals and not like me. But what is scandalous is how you guys have been losing some of your matches recently. It's been really tough results. Is this? How do you feel like personally about the way you lost to Eternal Fire and G2 at the last two events?
Well, I feel like G2 against Eternal Fire, we didn't have enough power to push us. Like we didn't. I wouldn't. It sounds bad to say, but I'll just be honest. Like I didn't feel like we actually wanted to win this match as much as they did. So they came way more energized, they were way more loud than us, and to be honest, they also played really well. And also we didn't play our best maps on those two maps we lost to them, and it was so close still. And against G2, actually, G2 are a good team, and I think what stopped them for a while was just NAVI. Like let's say in the major, in the semis, like a lot of the times you don't face G2 because G2 have been they've been handled by NAVI. So for me, it was like we sort of need to get the hang of how to play against them, like to get back into it, and I feel like we didn't play them as much. We played them like three times, I think, this year. One of them, Monesi just landed like 2 minutes ago. We insta-plugged his PC, so it wasn't that fair. But we just need to sort of play more against them, because I feel like the fall final one we just lost due to, like obviously our T-side, but we kind of lacked understanding of how we need to play against them, how we need to beat them, instead of just playing any other team we face, sort of.
It sounds like you kind of play up and down to the level of the expectation you have of a certain team. Does that affect your game plan for, hey, we're going to go and face these guys, we're going to play a different style than we normally do? That sounds like it's very inconsistent. How do you feel about that?
But I think it's not like changing style. I do agree with you that we sort of, but it's not something like we come and anti-strat differently. It's something that is just like, we as players see the tournament, the stake of the tournament, sort of the opponent, and sometimes we don't have the fear and the stress and the nerves in us to push us. And I assume you know it as a player that you sometimes want to be nervous. You want to feel like, we might not beat them. It might be like a very close match. And right now against like some of the enemies we faced, well, not now, but like in the past tournaments, that was something that we lacked. We lacked like proper fear and proper understanding like how we want to be consistent, because we want to play the same against any team. We want to give up the same energy and everything, but we just didn't have it in us. But on the note you just said, I think that like we don't do stuff differently. It's just that like sorry, we don't change the styles per much, but we do see that, like let's say we anti-strat a certain team that they play really aggressive, that we don't want to play. We don't want to fall in their traps, right? So we might change our face and then get back into it later on the game. And sometimes we might see a team that it doesn't make sense to play how we play, but we'll still play like that because that's how we want to do that. But it's something, like just prep how we anti-strat, how we think this is going to work against them. And sometimes it's also experience against this team. Like that, okay, these things still works against them. Like we're better skilled than them. Don't be scared to play to their strength, even if we're... So we just not change the style, but we just twist how we get into stuff.
When people talk to you and they call you by your gamer name, is it FlameZ, or FlameZ?
Well, FlameZ is whole. If someone says FlameZ, I'm like, this guy...
What if they're Canadian?
Their fault, their problem. FlameZ was the original thing. FlameZ was like in Israel how people used to pronounce it, and now myself, I pronounce it till to this day FlameZ. FlameZ if I heard that, I would be like, mate, this guy's taking the piss intentionally. I didn't know it was even a fucking Canadian thing. And Flames used to be like European. The casters always used to tell me that Flames sounds easier to pronounce when you're doing like any good play and stuff like that. So I used to. My first tournament in Endpoint was Pro League, and Sponge was casting, and Sponge was like messaging me on Twitter, "What do you want, Flamesy, Flames?" And I was, I want Flamesy. And then I wanted Flames, and then I wanted Flamesy if I play good. And now it's just you can choose, but not FlamesZ.
Okay, I'll try not to do the Flames Ed, but I'm not on the cast, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, thank you for your time.
Alrighty, I think we have one of the last teams arriving for the day. Eternal Fire is jumping out of the shuttle, and it is one of those teams that are super, super interesting to follow at this tournament. They've been looking super solid. Last time we saw them at Pro League, they were doing well for themselves. It's a team full of hard hitters, you know, a team full of a lot of personalities, and a team I want to talk to. You're coming into Rio, you're coming in great shape. How are you feeling?
Like, feeling great. After we finishing in the Pro League in second place, we are really confident. Also with the last results in the previous events too. So I think it's gonna be great, and also we want to be playing in front of the crowd. And this is first time here for me personally. My teammates are just played before here, but in Belo Horizonte, I think before. Yeah, I'm really excited and I'm really happy to be part of this tournament, and I hope we can go to the final and see the excited crowd and everything.
Yeah, because we've seen that crowd in that arena. It gets very loud, very passionate. Is that something you dream about, to play inside that arena?
Yeah, I am. I hope we're not gonna play against Brazil team.
Okay, yeah. That'd probably be a good idea. It's a long travel here. How are you feeling in terms of, you know, your body, your custom, jet lagged?
Like for today, it's not great because also we missed our connection flight.
Right.
So we had to take another flight in the 7 a.m. morning. So we just arrived today. It was really long flight for us. It has to be supposed to like 15 hours, but we came here with the 25 hours, I think. So after this day, tomorrow, I think it's gonna be fresh and new, like, you know, gonna be like great day tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, so a little tired now. We gotta get the makeup done, gotta get the pictures taken, and then sleep tonight, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
All right, listen, best of luck, man. You've been looking great as of late.
Thank you so much.
Go have fun. Interesting. Eternal Fire, they want to play in the final, they want to get to the playoff. I would probably back them to get to the playoff. The way they're playing right now is it's at a high level, you know, and as you saw, Voxic right there, feeling comfortable. I would be scared if I were any team playing Eternal Fire.
You happy to be here, Ricky?
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but it's all good. On like 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, wow, did you land this morning?
No, I just haven't been sleeping good.
Oh, no. Okay, that's not what you want.
Yeah, it's all right.
How far is it for you guys to travel here?
For the rest of the guys, it wasn't too bad. For me, it was pretty bad because I flew from the West Coast and I had like a 7-hour layover. So I'm just like, yeah.
Dude, that's trash.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I mean, it is what it is. So.
How long was the flight time?
The total time in the air was like, it wasn't that bad. It was only like 14 hours, but it's just mainly like me shuttling from my house to the airport and then waiting at the airport and then the 7-hour layover. And, you know, just that's the more tedious part of the journey for me. But for the rest of the guys, it was fine. It was more like just total like 15-hour travel day for them.
But you're here and that's the main thing. That's what we want to see. You made it, yes. And how's Media Day going for you so far? What have you done?
It's chill. I'm basically already done. Yeah, we had SSD set up earlier today. I did a social with Grim, and then just had some pictures done, and Colex. Yeah, we just had Colex done, so it was easy.
Easy. Very calm day. So what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
We got 3 scrims. I'm going to try and stay awake. It's the hardest part of the day for me. But yeah, just have some practicing before the game. See how good the FPS is after these updates. A lot of people are complaining. I see people are streaming with like 80 FPS, which is kind of interesting, but it's cool.
You're quite into looking at all the smaller details of Counter-Strike though, right? Where do you feel we're at right now? Because I haven't been able to play the new update since it dropped, so I want to get some feelings. Marcy was just telling me about it. What do you think?
I think after this recent update with the animations, it's like a step in the right direction, but in terms of the amount of performance we've lost since, like, especially the update after Katowice or during Katowice earlier this year, we lost like 100 FPS from that. I think we've lost another 100 from this one. So it's like, I don't want to say I've lost full faith in the dev team, but this is, in my opinion, it's getting kind of ridiculous. Like, in terms of like where the game's heading right now, I think it's like so many things that are, in my opinion, need to be changed, but obviously it's not up to me. So this is what it is. I just gotta play.
You do have to play with the update and whatever they throw at you. You just said like there's so many things you'd like to see change. Can you share what do you want to be changed?
Yeah, I think if Subtic had less delay, from visual delay in terms of like yeah, the shot you're hitting is based off the frame you clicked on, based off your FPS, but it's like if it visually takes this long to actually see the kill, it feels really bad. And I honestly just missed 128 tick because we actually had a lot more FPS from, like these sub-tick updates made the FPS worse in my opinion. So I think, like just in general, I miss CS:GO hit reg. It's like, I don't know. We've tried it for like a year now, and I don't know. We didn't have this many like problems with 128 tick in my opinion. So I just kind of missed that.
I know it's slow, but do you feel like we're going some steps in the right direction? Do you think they're still trying in some way, even if like yes, the FPS drops and there's some mistakes that happen? Do you feel like we've gone further forward overall since the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, there have been updates. I think the Katowice update during like February of this year was good. I think that was definitely like the best update we've seen from the game so far, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I think they're obviously just working on deadlock. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's not in my control. So whatever the dev team does, whatever the dev team does.
Let's talk about some positives, though. You guys are still fighting, competing, and doing very well, but we still see some highs and some lows of it overall, right? It's a mixed bunch when we get to what Complexity has to offer. How important is it for you guys to get the playoffs here?
We need to make playoffs. I need to play in front of a crowd again, like a big crowd in the arena, especially here in Brazil. This is my first time in Brazil. It's going to be really exciting.
You never, yeah. Damn, I didn't even think about that for a while. Never in Brazil. So this could be a special one for you. And do you feel like you guys are ready for it? Do you feel like you're coming in strong?
Yeah, as long as I'm awake, we can do it. Get some good sleep and frag out.
On that note, he goes to bed. I'll continue filming the lobby. Hello, JT.
Doing the lobby right now?
Yes, we're doing the lobby right now. Can't escape this. How are you?
I'm good. Just a little tired. It was a really early morning today.
Early morning and late night gym. How was that?
The gym's cool. I mean, haven't been to the gym in a while, so I wanted to start up again. So I guess I just started last night.
I see you quite a lot in the gym though. You go.
Yeah, but I stopped for like a month. When I was back at the apartment, I didn't go at all. So yeah.
Too much chill time.
Yeah, I was just laying in bed and sleeping most of the time. So yeah.
And Counter-Strike practice, surely?
Yeah, whatever we could get in NA, we were practicing obviously. So just putting in some work as well.
What is it like right now in terms of NA practice? How is it for you guys?
I think the teams aren't that bad, but the problem is there's not a lot of teams. So like if the NA teams have a qualifier or events or anything like that, then there's pretty much like nobody to practice against. So sometimes we're like forced to take like a day off from scrims just because everyone else is just busy. And of course we're not playing the qualifiers, so we kind of just left with nothing.
It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Don't have to play qualifier, but also then don't have anything to play anyway. What do you do on days like that?
Sometimes we'll take them off. Sometimes we'll do a review and some theory and stuff like that and try and just speak about the game and see what we can do. And sometimes we'll just play like lower level teams that aren't on the qualifiers. And it still ends up being good practice most of the time. So it's not really like too much of a big deal.
How is things in Complexity right now overall? How do you guys feel after Pro League, for example, the game against Liquid? Are you kind of down from that situation?
I mean, we wanted to do better at Pro League, so obviously we're a little bit down on that, but it's not the worst thing. I think we can do really well here. We're still a pretty good team, in my opinion, and I think we should be able to make the playoffs here and do well, and yeah, that's kind of like the expectation, really.
That's good. So your expectation is still going to the playoffs. What do you think right now is the problem for you guys in terms of going this step further? Because we see these glimpses where we say, okay, this is Complexity we want to see, but then sometimes you guys fall short on, you've said it yourselves to us. So what do you think it is?
It's definitely just like consistency between all of us. Sometimes us as individuals aren't as good as we are other days. So it's just about raising our floor and making ourselves better and making our C game just a little better where we're not losing against teams that we shouldn't be.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and bother this man who's got a fresh baby face right now. So thank you, JT. I am pointing at you. Why? Oh.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
By the way, I really like the non-beard look. You look good, man. It's kind of like with the glasses, I get like a Superman vibe from you, like Clark Kent. You could be the Norwegian Superman.
I mean, that's not a bad comparison. I appreciate that.
you take that. What did you think of the NiKo table smash,
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best table slam I've seen in my life. I mean, it was definitely he had to do it. If he didn't do it, it was that was a must table slam.
Do you feel like there was unfair criticism towards your slamming of your chair compared to his death slam? That was like praised?
No, not really.
You don't care?
No, I mean, I think it was like fair. Yeah. I mean, I think like his table slam was like actually like it was a must. You had to do it, and like most of mine were like it's like I probably shouldn't, you know. So yeah, I mean it's so I feel like it was deserved criticism.
So when it's that bad, when you feel that bad on like the 1v5 that he could have pulled off, that kind of warrants it, right? Is that like ultimate frustration?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So how are things for you right now? How are you feeling on an individual level? How are you feeling coming into Rio?
I could have felt better probably. I mean, it's not been playing my best the last tournaments. I mean, I feel like I have my ups and my downs, and I've been feeling okay, but could been better, could been worse.
When I talk to you, when we speak, you always seem quite, I would say, not worried about the outside world, not worried about you. You can play your game and the stress doesn't affect you so much. But do you think there's a part of that comes into your game where maybe like you're not playing to the level you want to play to on a consistent basis?
I feel like I don't care about the outside anything. It's more, I think my biggest critique is myself, and I think that sometimes limits myself, where I get too angry and disappointed in myself. So that sometimes can hurt me for sure, but like other than that, nothing's gonna affect me.
Nothing's going to affect you. I like that. So you can go through it all with no problems. But how do you look at getting the best version of yourself out on the server every time or most of the time?
I feel like you just have to do the correct amount of prep and just be ready for each game, and just when we do enough prep you're gonna be confident because you know you have done the work. So just keep doing the work, and that's gonna make me feel the most confident going into each game.
Does John tell you do refrag?
I mean, refrag is the best way to warm up, so I mean you can use code Elish, I think. I actually don't know.
No, I have no idea even. A good sales pitch. I was going really well at that point. He was really selling. I was like, don't quote the code, we don't know if it'll work or not. But how do you warm? How do you get yourself ready? What's your training look like, individual side?
I mean, we do our normal prep with the team, and then I just do my normal aim bots, or before we travel to the arena, I do my DM session. Then I get to the arena, I just do my few hundred, maybe 1,000 kills of aim bots with only the up. So, yeah, so it takes a while.
No pistols?
Sometimes I pull out the deagle, but mostly the up.
Favorite pistol as an AWPer?
I mean, it has to be the deagle.
Why still the deagle?
It's versatile. It's like if I aim at the head, I'm gonna kill them, right?
You have to hit the head though.
I mean, that's the least of my worries.
5'7" though? Fan? Not a fan?
I'd rather have the PT50 to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not sure about the 5'7" or the CZ. I'm still like on the fence, but right now I'm using the 5'7", but I'd rather buy the PT50.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is it about the PT50? Is it just like the nostalgia part? I don't know, because like PT50 is good, I'm with you. But the 5'7's benefits on many occasions. Like, look at how many anti-force you could play with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. It's just a feel with the weapon, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I get more like insta headshots with the PT50, and then I don't have the same feeling with the 5'7 yet. So maybe I have to play more with it.
1,000 kills with just 5'7.
I think I need to worry about my mental health before I do stuff like that.
That could be a worrisome thing, right? If he starts just only 5'7 the whole way through. Well, I'm going to count how many PT50 kills at least you get throughout this tournament. Okay. Can you give me a prediction?
PT50 kills. Depends if Johnny drops me one in pistol rounds. So
Johnny, come. How many times are you willing to give him the PT50?
I mean, it's more if Elige wants to let me give it to him, you know.
Okay, so you might not get it that much.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that. That's completely fair. Completely fair.
We understand it. Thank you very much, boys.
Thank you.